Viewers, we have some big breaking news coming in. After US President Donald Trump announced airstrikes on ISIS leader in Somalia, now he has criticized Biden's response to it. He has put out a tweet. Donald Trump has put out a social media post saying, and I quote, "This morning I ordered precision military strikes on the senior ISIS attack planner and other terrorists he recruited and led in Somalia. And these killers, who we found hiding in caves, threaten the United States and our allies. The strikes destroyed the caves they live in and killed many terrorists without causing in any way harm to civilians. Our military has targeted the ISIS attack planner for years, but Biden and his cronies wouldn't act quickly enough to get the job done. I did. The message to ISIS and all the others who would attack Americans is, we will find you and we will kill you." This is the latest coming in from Donald Trump after assuming office. Donald Trump has been taking charge on various fronts, first on the diplomatic front, then on the infiltration part of it by Mexico, and now tariffs. And the latest is that he has announced airstrikes on an ISIS attack planner in Somalia. And while he announced it, he has also criticized Joe Biden, saying that Biden and his cronies did not do what he dared to do. And he has also issued a very, very strong message to terrorists and also ISIS sympathizers that anybody who plans to attack Americans will be found and will be hunted down. Viewers, it seems like there is a fresh coup that is being planned against Mohammad Yunus, the interim leader of the Bangladesh government. And now it seems like he has already readied his plans to flee to Europe amid speculations and concerns that there might be another attempt to topple the government in Bangladesh. Here's the story.
Has the change of guard in Washington, D.C. made the interim Yunus regime in Dhaka jittery? With the economy tanking and the GDP on a free fall, is the interim leader of Bangladesh fearing a fresh uprising? Republic has learned from a top source that Yunus is sensing a fresh people's uprising on the streets of Dhaka and across Bangladesh. Yunus is back in Dhaka currently after a trip abroad. Republic has exclusively learned that a raft of business class air tickets has been booked, fueling speculations that Yunus and his hardcore loyalists could be shifting abroad. According to top sources, the recent proactiveness in the country's armed forces has also raised fears of a fresh coup. Sources claim that Yunus is facing mounting public anger for running the economy to the ground. Significantly, the scoop follows a headline-grabbing meeting between Yunus and Alex Soros, the son of American billionaire George Soros and chairman of Open Society Foundation. The meeting gave rise to further speculation if Yunus was switching to a plan B after the Trump administration cut its funding support to Dhaka. A weakening economy and rising fanaticism in the country has spawned global concerns. India earlier called on the interim Yunus administration to do what's necessary to curb targeted attacks on Hindus and religious minorities in Bangladesh. As dissent grows and the economy slips further, Yunus may well have seen the writing on the wall.
Moving on, viewers, amid a brewing strife in Congo, the South African development community has joined hands to deploy forces in a bid to restore peace in the country. Listen into this report to find out how the Democratic Republic of Congo is planning to counter the M23 forces in their nation.
As rebel forces take over Congo's largest city, the country's battered forces have surrendered to M23. As the citizens gear up for an uncertain future, the South African development community has come forth to extend support to Congo in a bid to restore peace in the nation.
I commend the contributions made by fellow member states and the SADC Secretariat in ensuring our collective security. May we as member states continue to do all we can to support our gallant men and women in the theater of operations and ensure that Summit DRC achieves its important objective.
Earlier, South Africa extended military and financial aid to the country in its ongoing fight with the rebels. That they are a peacekeeping force and wish to develop the country.
We are going to struggle until we restore democracy. But for all this, our projects is named from a failure state to a modern state, whereby we want to create, to make Congo as a business land. Living in peace, common interest. We have to live in peace in Congo, reconcile ourselves among ourselves, but also in peace with all the regions. This is why we are fighting. Looking at the resources, we don't know what it's all about. This is propaganda from Kinshasa.
Though thousands of people continue living in poverty and without basic necessities, Congo's president called upon for military mobilization to resist the rebellion.
Une riposte vigoureuse et coordonnée contre ces terroristes et leurs parrains est en cours. Nos vaillantes forces armées de la République démocratique du Congo, symboles de courage et de patriotisme, sont pleinement mobilisées, prêtes à défendre chaque centimètre de notre territoire.
As the country continues adopting to a new normal.